If you're starting a lawn fertilization and weed control or lawn spray business, it is very important that you have the right gear to do so. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my 5 must-haves if you're looking to start a lawn fertilization and weed control business. So the first and foremost thing we're going to need for the lawn spray business is going to be the heart of the business, and that is a sprayer, whether it's a reliable backpack or a skid sprayer. That's a 50 gallons, 100 gallons, 200 gallons, whatever you want to do. You need to have a sprayer that is non-negotiable. Now, the one I have on my truck here is a Gregson's Clark 200 gallon powered by a Honda GX 160. And that does pretty good at putting out anywhere from 1.5 to 7 gallons a minute. If you're running a spray business, I highly recommend running it at 1.5. That's going to allow you to get a higher volume of water with your mix, and on top of that, still cover lots of ground. So look for something that can put out anywhere from 1.5 to 2 gallons per minute. With your skid sprayer, backpack sprayer, I really like the Flow Zone sprayers, the Typhoon, the Cyclone, all those, the 4-gallon sprayers. Those are great sprayers to use as well. So that's what I used in my experience, but to sum it up, you need to have a good skid or backpack sprayer, or if you're doing granule, push spreader. So real quick, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what I consider to be the winning setup for fertilization and weed control. Now, obviously, if you haven't already, I recommend you go through your state's jurisdiction and see what they require for licensing. At least here in the state of Indiana, they do. And then once you start getting serious about it and growing clientele, this is what you can go ahead and do here. So as you can see, I got the setup here. It's the pickup truck GMC Sierra. Love it. For my main applications, I got the Gregson's Clark Space Saver 200 gallon, works really well. We do our fertilizer applications out of this, but anytime we're doing fertilizer applications in here, sometimes we tank mix in weed controls if we're doing a blanket round. If we're not, we also carry these guys right here, these Flow Zone sprayers. So work really well for spot spraying, and if I wanted to, I could even take this tip out here and put it on the wand and turn it into a blanket spray if I wanted to calibrate it to do that. The next thing you're going to need is going to be measuring equipment and PPE, personal protective equipment. So as far as measuring equipment goes, if you're doing liquid, you want to have measuring cups of all sorts on hand. A bunch I like to get are an assortment from Menards, which come in little cup sizes, quart sizes, 2.5 quart sizes, gallon sizes, 2.5 gallon, 5 gallon, the whole 9. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below to my favorite assortment of buckets to buy if you're a liquid lawn fertilization and weed control business. If you have some granular in there, it's good to have a scale of some sort, because if you have a ton of product on there, you want to make sure you're able to weigh it out if you're covering a little bit of area. Or if you're doing everything out of a big ride-on sprayer, if you're doing granular, a ride-on spreader, you could just put your bag in and calibrate accordingly. We've talked about that in the past. If you're using a smaller spreader on a smaller area, it's very important that you do have a scale of some sort to measure those smaller quantities so you could spread them evenly and adequately over small lawn areas if you're using a hand spreader or a push spreader on small lawns. As far as PPE goes, you want to wear eye protection, rubber gloves, long sleeves, long pants, and boots. You want to protect yourself out there. Safety is everything. Chemical storage and organization. This is another heart piece of the operation, and that is organization. Without it, your business can easily be chaos. You want to have a nice cabinet where all of your fertilizer products and weed controls can go, whether it's a table or a metal lockable cabinet with shelves. That'll be perfect. I actually recommend you go the extra mile and organizing everything and giving it its own shelf. Like your liquid fertilizers go on the bottom, your fungicides and grub control go in the middle, and your weed controls go on top, or whatever works for your workflow. But it's very important that you have not only a means of storage for your fertilization and weed control products, but a method of organization. If you're operating with buckets or totes, make sure you have space in your garage. If you're operating out of your garage, or if you rent a shop, just make sure you have a dedicated space for everything. That'll make your operation run much smoother, and it'll actually save you money in the future, because time is money and you won't spend much time looking for things. And have an accurate inventory of your stuff as well, because if you have an inventory count of your stuff, you're not going to lose it. You're going to know at a glance what you have, how much you have, have and what you're able to use it for, and you'll just be able to make decisions on the fly, which is very, very important when you're running a business. Which brings me to the next point when it comes to the efficiency of the spray business, whether you're big or small, and that is to get a CRM, a customer relations management software. Remember, you're not just spraying lawns, you're running a business. Even if you have 10 customers, it's a good idea to invest in a CRM because sure, in the beginning it seems easy, but if your idea is to grow and to scale, you need to have a means of managing all of the demand. Trying to do it with pen and paper isn't going to cut it in 2025. People got emails. It's better to get a hold of them via email and phone number and do it on the fly. And on top of that, having the ability to instantly schedule lawns on different parts of town and batch schedule and route everything together. Me personally, I like to use Yardbook. I think it's a really great piece of software for a business anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million a year, maybe even a little bit more. But a business of my size and growing, I think it works perfectly, and I think it would work well for you too. Yardbook is my go-to. They are not a sponsor of this video, but I do happen to love their software. And on top of that, if it's not for you, there's tons of other ones out there as well, but Yardbook is my go-to with that regard. Last but not least, you need to have a marketing program in play, whether it's something as simple as wearing a shirt with your logo on it, or being a little more advanced and having magnets on your trucks, business cards, flyers, door hangers, whatever you want to do. Just figure out what your marketing plan or program is going to be and get the corresponding materials to do that to help get more clients coming your way, because that's the key. When you start this thing, you want to grow it. The growth is going to lead to more revenue per year. So it's very important, if you plan on growing it and you plan on growing it quick, have a marketing program in play. It's going to help you grow double, triple the speed of just word of mouth by itself. Very important when you start out. Get a good marketing plan in play. Want more tips on how to start and grow a lawn fertilization and weed control business? Hit that like button, leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought about it, and subscribe to the channel where more videos like this are going to be coming out. If you want to check out some of the past videos we've done on this subject, one of which we talked about how to get your lawn fertilization and weed control license, and the other one talking about how you can make $1,000 a day no matter what spraying lawns. These are the videos you're going to want to check out right here, and if you click this button right here, this is going to allow you to subscribe to the channel where you can see more awesome content just like this one. So subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.